Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Eagle Nation Coaching Show live here at Camp Briteside. For tonight's show, we're joined here live to start with Coach Jordon Vierra. The Eagles coming off a win on Tuesday night over at Hendrickson, 4-3, and what a battle that was. A good pitching performance from Camden Malott to go all 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. It seems like we talk about this every week. How do we get these pitchers' best ball games of the year? They come after Georgetown, and he pitched a good game, but Georgetown battled through, and what a night it was. You talk about key hits, key plays, a big home run in the 6th by Luke Hawley to separate it to 2 runs that ends up being the game winner. And then you talk about a defensive play in the 7th inning with the back pick at first base to pick off that runner and give Georgetown a chance to kind of keep the bases empty till another base hit by that catcher. But a big win. The Eagles stay on a good run, 6-1 in district, right ahead of Eastview. Talk about that win and over Hendrickson at Tuesday night at Hendrickson.
Yeah, it's one of those things we talked about once we got in the clubhouse of it's a double-edged sword of one, that's a really gritty performance of our guys being able to find a way to get the win, even though we didn't play our best, far from it. And so I think that's one of those wins where you recognize as a club that, man, you can find a way to win without having to be at your absolute best. And we got a great start from Braden Curtin, and he did a great job of attacking the zone and being able to fill it up. Played some quality defense behind him for the most part. Had a few misplays defensively that ended up leading to a couple of runs. But then we did have the big hits. We had the timely hitting. We had the big bop from Luke Hawley. We had another double early that led to a couple of runs early. And so, we ended up being able to get the bop when we needed to and played good enough defense when we needed to make them stop.
How big is it to keep that momentum going now into tomorrow night? The expectation, 7 p.m. back at Eagle Field, could be altered. Make sure you pay attention. We talked about this last week with the weather. The game time could be moved up, so make sure you pay attention to social medias tomorrow and to keep up with that and what happens. But how big is that to keep on that run, knowing Eastview's right behind us? They only have the 2 losses. They sweep Pflugerville or beat Pflugerville the other night in a big game. Or last week, swept Pflugerville in 2 big outings, and then a win over Conley. How big is that to keep that momentum going for this Eagle team?
Yeah, we're just going to continue to control what we can control. And right now we're standing in district is we're in complete and total control of our destiny of what's going to take place for the next 3 weeks. And so we're in a place where, if we just keep taking care of our business, we'll be able to hit one of those check marks of one of those goals towards the end of the district play and be able to get us in a position. So, our first goal that we're looking to check so far is to make the playoffs. We're a couple wins away from being able to accomplish that, being able to check that box, and then we're 3 or 4 more wins away from being able to check the box of district champions. So we're in a position right now where we're just trying to take care of what we can worry about, and not so much worry about who's in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, but just staying focused on what we're trying to accomplish.
How big is a play? We could talk about good defensive plays at the right time in that game the other night. Good enough to win the ball game, and sometimes it has to go that way. And good things happen at the right times in that. How big of a play is it? It's happened twice now on this season for the catcher, Connor Young, to make such a big play on a pickoff at first base. You don't see it a lot, especially in the high school level as much, college or the pros. How big of a play is that, and how big of a momentum deal was that on Tuesday night?
Yeah, so on Tuesday night, that was a huge deal to be able to, we had the leadoff strikeout, ball kicks by Connor. Connor was obviously super upset with himself for allowing that to happen. And then he recognizes, hey, there's an opportunity to do something special and to stay locked into the current present moment. Guy overextends, and he's a kid that he's always looking to expose those opportunities. And being as athletic as he is and being able to get the ball out like he did, it was a snap throw and it was on the cash and, worked itself out. But, get a leadoff batter on. We get the strikeout, get the leadoff batter on, and then to be able to squash that momentum immediately is something that our guys did a really good job of with the back pick, and it sets us up for the next 2 outs to kill the game.
The big win there keeps Georgetown on the winning ways, a 4-game win streak now after coming off the only loss in district, and now an opportunity tomorrow night to extend that against Hendrickson. And then what do we look at Saturday? A team from Midway coming in. The Panthers played at Georgetown. Lehman at Midway's later.
Correct.
The Lehman is coming in. What do we look at a team like that? It's another opportunity for this team to get that quick turnaround. The Challenger game at 9 o'clock and then a 1 o'clock Saturday game.
11 o'clock.
Now we're moving in. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to make my notes. Go ahead.
stay hot.
How big is that to be ready to continue to work on bringing those changes about and getting ready on the quick turnaround on Saturday?
It's just good to keep us in that routine. We're really hoping that the weather cooperates with us today or tomorrow heading into Saturday. It gives us an opportunity to play Friday night and then flip into Saturday morning to be able to have that opportunity to strap it back up and get after it on another Saturday. Lehman's quality team, they're going to make the drive up and look to be able to capitalize and they're going to give us their best of what they can. We're, like we talk about on a regular basis, one of those schedules where they're always circling that date and trying to find a way to give us their best. So, he's actually, when our first tournament got canceled, he called me to try and set up something to get us. So it's a good time and looking forward to it.
Georgetown on the pitching continues to show out. Braden Curtin, another good outing on what a cutie. A good outing on Tuesday night. How big is that? It seems like this bullpen doesn't get much of a chance, and then you have Tillman Brown come in for 2/3 of an inning there to shut things down, and then Groomsy to come in and close it out on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
How big is that these arms are getting a rest, but yet how much of a challenge can that be that they're not getting a lot of time on the mound come later in the season?
It's good. It's good to be able to get toes wet. I'm going to be able to get them in there for them to be able to get their work, but not have to overtax our bullpen. It's a sign of what our starters are capable of doing. But then again, our back end guys, our bullpen guys, have also done a great job be able to come in and slam doors shut when they need to. So, we've been able to amass a staff of quite a few guys that we trust to be able to hand the ball to in crucial situations or just in regular situations of being able to say, hey, we need you to go get this job done for a second, and they will get the couple outs we need, and we're able to pass it to the next guy.
Let's take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll start with our player interviews tonight. We'll start off with the freshman player that we'll talk to tonight. It's going to be Robert Chandler coming to join us live next here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Let's take a quick break live here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Royalty.
I like to play first base a lot since I'm a lefty. I'm really natural at it, and it's just fun to play.
Throw left, bat right, bat left. What do you do?
I bat left.
So left combo for Robert. And in that, this year being the freshman year, how much fun are you having wearing the Georgetown jersey and being a part of this team? A lot of kids try it out. It seems like as we look from the outside in, I fixed it. That was my fault. I had the mute button on. Yeah. I blame Kelly. He's listening at home. Thank you. You guys come in, you make this team. How much fun is it now at the high school level that you're getting to wear that Georgetown jersey and go out and represent your high school?
It's really fun to play at the high school level. There's a bunch of new stuff that I'm learning on this team, and overall it's just fun to be with these guys.
How long are you from Georgetown, or when did you come to Georgetown, and how long have you been in the Georgetown School District?
I've been in Georgetown District since 4th grade. I started in Hutto.
A transplant from Hutto. That's where my kids went to school, so I totally understand that. 2 of them graduated from the Hippos at Hutto High School. Now in your time here, coming up to high school, in all of that learning, how does this freshman group come together? You come from different places, different growing up in middle school together and through classes, but now going into this program under Coach Key, Coach Anzuris, with Coach Vierra and all this that y'all are learning, how well are you guys as a team coming together in your first year at high school?
We are coming together pretty good. At first, we kind of fell apart, but then we came back together, and we're doing really good as a team, and we're pushing each other to do our best.
You guys continue to get better and better. It's fun to watch this as we go through. I get to watch the Game Changer as I'm at work on Mondays and watch you guys game in the tough, close games. How are you guys doing when you go to the dugout after a tough loss or after a big win? How are you guys using that to build close together, knowing the next 4 years is going to be a lot of these same guys being the core of this team?
Whenever we have a big win, we all go to the dugout, cheer together, and then go right back to work the next day for practice. If we have a big loss, we encourage each other and get ready to go back and come back stronger.
What's the competition like on this team as you, in your first year at the high school as the freshman team? What's the competition like in practice to try to earn that playing time and to be on the field and represent?
It's really tough. We all try our best to get our playing time and all want to be out there on the field to represent the G.
Before I go to your rapid-fire questions, outside of baseball class, lunch, and recess, let's throw it in there in case you get it. What's your favorite class this year so far?
My favorite class is probably English with Coach A.
See, it's a coach class. What is up? But that's the first one to say, Coach A. Now, you guys, this year, they flip-flopped. How much fun are you guys having learning from Coach Key and him running the team? I know you guys have Coach Anzuris with you guys as well at times. How much are you learning from Coach Key and fitting in and making things come together?
We're learning a lot from Coach Key. He's doing a good job coaching. We're learning a lot about the game and how to play.
How different of it is that step to high school from playing before?
Real different. When you're in summer league and stuff, it's much different than high school.
Do you like the difference?
Yes.
Making it even better and better?
Yes.
That's the important thing. Outside of baseball and outside of school, if you needed to recharge and refuel, where do we find you hanging out? What do you look to do to be able to refresh and recharge the batteries?
For me, I like to go to our farm and just work cattle, make some fires there.
They're legal fires, in case any firefighters are listening. They're legal. Where's the farm? Is it close by? Is it far drive?
It's in Lubbock, Texas.
That is not a close drive. Up there close? Okay. But it's a good getaway. That's where you enjoy to go. Do you play video games when you're not at the farm?
Yes, I play some video games. I don't play much video games. So it's kind of fun doing video games some of the time.
But the outdoors is where it's at.
Yes.
I like that. All right, 5 rapid-fire questions. You have to get them out pretty quick. You can think about it for about a second or two. We'll go in no specific order because I change them up every week so you can't prepare. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
No.
Good answer. What sound? This is maybe an easy one for you. What sound does a horse make?
Nay.
I love it. They'll give it to you. Favorite junk food?
Ooh, burgers.
Favorite musical artist?
Eminem.
I have nothing for that. Dude likes to hang out on the farm, work the cattle, and listen to Eminem. It's all around right there. It's number 14 on your freshman team. It's Robert Chandler, your freshman of the week. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
I would like to shout out my parents and my brother Chris and my great-great-grandpa who played here at Georgetown in 1949.
I think that was Jordan's freshman year. Is it 1949? I think it was. Very cool. So you get to continue that legacy of your, say it again, how many greats?
Great-great-grandpa.
So he got one great-grandfather. Played here at Georgetown High School. You get to continue that legacy of wearing the G logo. It's number 14, your freshman player of the week. I lost it. Where'd it go? There it is. Robert Chandler joins us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, it'll be your JV player of the week. It's Josue Hernandez joining us live at Camp Briteside. Stay with us. We're back live here at the Eagle Nation Coaches Show from Camp Briteside. Come on, Mom, get your camera working. We're ready to go. I even got the mute buttons off. I got to wait till her camera's ready. Come on. All right, no more waiting. We're done. It's Josue Hernandez. He wears number 9, your JV player of the week. Joins us now here live on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Josue, last year it would have been hard to get words out of you. More talkative this year and more activity out of you. You're playing a big role here on this JV team. How much fun are you having in your second season at Georgetown High School and wearing the uniform? You guys are tough. 16-1.
Sir.
How much fun are you having?
Tons. Love my guys. These have been my best friends since I was around 9 years old, or just been with them every day since.
You guys have been battling through finding yourself as a team and come together as a team, but yet continue your winning ways. How big is that, and how much work are you guys putting into this to come together to make sure as a team it's more important than one or another getting their numbers or their stats or their plays, but this team continuing to show out and do great things?
It's huge. The G's all about like what we represent, and that's what we got to carry every single day once we go step on the field.
52 at-bats, or 52 plate appearances, 42 at-bats. The funny thing is I watched through the game changer stats. A 214 average continues to grow. His average is continuing to grow, but some of the timely hits you've been getting lately, a big key. There was a couple, and I got to bring them up because I took screenshots. I love the write-up that Game Changer will do about the games and talks about the highlights. And a couple that popped up for you, I've got to find. They were interesting to read, and it was talking about a timely hit here that allowed the tying run to come in, and then you guys ended up taking the lead. As you continue to battle, as you continue to grow, in your game and in your confidence of your abilities in playing, how much fun is that, and how much are you challenging yourself to step up and to continue to be a key contributor?
It's been growing day by day. I have to think I'm the best player on the field. Once I step between those lines, it's been growing consistently.
Trying to get it to pull up on my phone. I got these pictures. I want to read about it. It talked about it. Let's see here. Now the game against the Liberty Hill Liberty Hill Panthers. Josue pitched 4 1/3 innings in relief for Georgetown. The righty allowed 1 hit, 1 run, while striking out 6 and walking 1. Otherwise, we see you at shortstop.
Yes, sir.
Talented middle infielder. What's more fun? Is it getting that call in the middle of the game to go make a key appearance on the mound? Or is it locking down shortstop and having fun defensively out there leading the infield?
Whatever I'm needed for, I'm there. Both things are fun to me, but I think I'd prefer playing shortstop.
Talk about this game against Conley. I love the stat line. Drove in 4 runs on 1 hit to lead Georgetown on an inside the park home run.
Yes, sir.
What's going through your mind in that at-bat as soon as you make contact?
I wasn't really thinking much right there. I was just running the bases, doing the best I could.
How much excitement went through the mind when you see Coach A giving the old wind it up and get home?
Mine went blank right there. It just kept going.
In your sophomore season, as you guys continue to go, I believe y'all are at 16-1 now.
Yes, sir.
Just one tough loss in a battle with Eastview. How do you guys stay motivated when you have big wins, when you have that 10-0 win, that 16-0 win, that big wins against Conley, a big win against Hendrickson? How do you guys stay motivated and not let it get to you and then have a step back from that?
Games like that just bring us to the point where we realize that we're a good team and just need to stay consistent day in, day out. Whether it's a bad team or not, stay who we are.
Talking about wherever I'm needed, I like to go. That call to the mound. Stats I looked at there on the mound for you. 4 games, 13 and a third inning pitch. I don't know if you've looked at your numbers. You faced 56 batters and only given up 6 hits. You've only walked 5, but struck out 22 of those 56 batters. A 122 batting average against and a .525 ERA. It shows the ability on both sides of it. You guys have so much talent on that JV team. How big is the competition in practices and during the week and in the games to make sure you perform to get your number called to be out on that field?
It's competitive out on the practice field. We got a bunch of good guys that want to be there every single day, and they just try to be the best every single day and just grind.
Any position you don't play?
Catcher.
There's the challenge. Get the gear on him behind the plate.
They need me. I'll step up.
and that's the funny thing. You talking to some of your teammates. There's so much talent in that team that everyone has that mindset. If I need to play it and step up, tell me what to do and I'll go do it. And so it's fun to watch as you guys continue to roll on. Outside of at a baseball, outside of school, if you need to recharge, refuel the batteries, where do we find you? What do you do for fun to recharge?
Hanging out with my guys or laying down, taking a nap.
I know, beginning of the year. That's the first one that said that. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to go refresh, literally. Beginning of the year, got a driver's license.
Yes, sir.
How much fun was that, and then getting trusted behind the wheel?
Big change. Probably one of the best changes in my life, but change for the better.
How short is the leash on if we get a ticket or anything?
I don't think it's pretty short.
Uh-oh. Hey. In school, what's your favorite class you're taking this year?
Auto tech.
For those that don't know, I'm not sure. What all do you guys do in auto tech? Literally learning the automotive repair business and fixing cars?
Not really.
What do you guys do? What is the
auto tech's mainly just like my catch-up class.
There you go.
So,
hey, sometimes you got to have the down to take care of the up. What's the hardest class you're taking right now?
Chemistry.
That's a good answer. That is a tough one. Rapid fire questions. You ready?
Sir.
All right. Couple of seconds to think about them.
All right.
And I think what number did you wear last year?
13.
That's what I thought. And this year's 9.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your first question: favorite number and why?
10. That's what I grew up with.
It's just hard to get it when you have so many people competing for it. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Favorite home cooked meal?
Flan.
That's a good answer. If toilet paper roll is really low but not completely out, do you change it or leave it for the next person?
Change it. I might use it.
I like it. I like it. It's Josue Hernandez, number 9 on your JV. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
Colin Green and Gavin Smith and my parents.
There it is. It's Josue Hernandez, your JV player of the week. We'll take a quick time out here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show and come back. We'll go to the junior, Braden Curtin, next here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
We're back here live at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by number 21 on your varsity. It's the junior Braden Curtin. There we go. A little round. Come on. Clap for your buddy here. Rough crowd already. Thank you. Golly. Mr. Curtin was on the mound on Tuesday night. But on the year, 59 plate appearances at the bat, 43 at-bats, 256 average, 11 hits, 9 RBIs, 12 runs. 6 stolen bases. We'll give him credit for those. But on the mound, 7 games, 6 starts, 26 and a third inning, 4-0 record. Has allowed 26 hits, 7 runs, only 3 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 24, at a 0.797 ERA. And 2 of those big wins are in district. A good outing against the Elgin Wildcats, and then another good outing on Tuesday night at Hendrickson. How much fun are you having in this junior year? You seem to be doing a good job of taking the mound and controlling things for Georgetown.
It's a lot of fun, You
got to bring it closer so Mom can hear you.
It's a lot of fun. Coming into the year, Coach Payne was telling me that I'd be a big part of the pitching staff, and so I knew that I had to step up and fill the role, and I feel like I've done an all right job at that so far. I know that I could do better, but it's been really fun.
You guys, you in particular, seem to see different positions on this field. The other night, you start out on the mound, you move to defensively to first base, and then Grimsey comes in at the end, you go to third base. In all of that movement, how much are you enjoying the fact that you're playing a key role in this team and a key contributor to keep things going in the right direction?
Yeah, I kind of like it because you don't really get stuck on one position on the field. You get to move around and get to enjoy all the different positions, so it's definitely a lot of fun.
What's your favorite position if you had to pick one?
Most fun to play is probably pitching. Just it's more fun than first and third, but I like hitting too, so first over third probably, yeah.
In a big game like Tuesday night, you guys win it 4-3 in 7 innings. A tight 7th inning there when Hendrickson tried to come back and tie it up. As a team, when you guys come out of a big game like that, a big win on the road, what's going through y'all's discussions as a team away from the coaches to not get frustrated, but yet to keep things going in the right direction? How does that play out for you guys on varsity?
We just talk about how no matter what, we got to win the game. Doesn't matter if we look good or we look bad. Most of the time we look good, but sometimes like on Tuesday we didn't play the best that we could. But we know that no matter what, we got to find a way to win, and that's what we do.
How do you guys stay from getting frustrated in games like that with each other, but yet keep each other picked up and in the right direction?
Well, we always pick each other up. When someone makes a mistake, people tell each other it's okay. Like I made an error at third base on Tuesday, and Cooper in the outfield told me that it was okay and that I'd be good, and that helped me get through it because I was pretty mad at myself. But we all help each other get through whenever we make mistakes.
In a start to the season in district, you guys ran against Conley to start. 2 big wins. How do you guys keep yourself grounded after big wins, but yet pick yourselves back up after maybe a tough loss or a close game like that to be ready for the next one and not let it have any hangover experience?
Whenever we win big, we know that, like against Connolly, we knew that we played good, but that it was Connolly, so we don't need to get too big of a head. And then in the close games that we had, we know that we can play better than we did that game. So our main goal is to just go out there and play the best we can. Doesn't matter who we're playing against, really playing against ourselves, and that's all that matters.
Through this part of the season, what do you enjoy playing the most, at home or on the road?
Definitely at home. I like the whole atmosphere. It's a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable, but playing in general is great. So,
being your first year on varsity as a junior, how much fun are you having this year, and what all new things you're facing at the different level of talent at the varsity level and the games that you're playing? How much fun are you having as a junior?
It's a lot of fun. It's definitely more fun than the past 2 years. Only thing is that, it's more challenging, of course, and I'm trying to get better every day so I can play up to par that I know I can. But even that, if I'm not playing as best I can, it's still really fun to be around all my guys every day.
Outside of baseball, away from school, where do we find you recharging?
At home a lot, or at my friend's house, is just hanging out.
Hanging out, laying low?
Yeah.
Not getting in trouble? That's good. Because you left your boots at the King's house for how many weeks now? Yeah, exactly. I thought he was going to wear them today, and then he didn't even wear them. I was kind of disappointed when he showed up in shorts. If he'd have worn the boots with the shorts, that would have been cool, but I don't think he could have done it. Favorite class you're taking right now at school?
Floral design.
Seriously? That's cool. Some woman will be happy one day when you can get the fake flowers at Hobby Lobby and whip up a nice floral arrangement. That will be pretty cool. Rapid fire questions. You ready? Favorite movie?
Oh God. Probably just an Avengers movie. Probably Endgame.
Okay. Favorite cereal?
Fruit Loops.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Mountains or the beach?
The beach.
Favorite musician or music?
Right now, Ty Myers is my favorite musician.
I grew up with his dad.
Really?
I'm really enjoying Ty Myers. He is hitting the scene big. I love watching his growth there on the music scene. That's a good one. I like that. Ty Myers. That was a good one. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
I'd like to shout out my family, my mom, my cousin Ashton, my grandma, and Braden Rogers.
That's number 21. It's Braden Curtin, one of your varsity players of the week. We will take a quick break. When we come back, it's one of the seniors, the Crutch, will come up and join us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us.
Yeah. I'm the big homie. For those of y'all that don't know me, one and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking baked Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me.
Back live here at Camp Briteside. There we go. We get the volume up just a hair. We're joined now by number 9. He's a senior on the varsity. It is Colton the Crutch Crutchfield joining us live here at Camp Briteside. And, hey, my save button didn't work on your hitting stats, but one of them that did. Talk about this. You've come in some big spots. Pinch hitting the other night. We were against Elgin on Friday night. Talk about that. What's going through your mind? You and I got a chance to chat about it that night, how big of a hit it was. Pinch hit in the bottom of the 6th. You get the number called, hey, get ready to go to bat. What's going through your mind as you step up to the plate? And
all I was trying to do was hit the ball hard.
I would say it worked out well. It went within 10 feet of the same spot of the other triples on the night to go to the right center field slot. You get into third base. You're held up. You've driven in the tying run. What's going through your mind there now of, hey, I've got to be ready. I could be that run to go ahead.
Well, it was more like I was trying to see ball and dirt, like bounce off the catcher, like see ball separated, maybe get into steal home or fly ball up, tag at the base, and score.
And that you got on looked like a mix-up between the pitcher and the catcher. Catcher went to one side, the pitch came up and away. It's off his glove for a pass ball, you score. How big is that, and how big is it for you guys to be ready? That any time that number gets called, hey, Crutch, be ready, you're going to hit this inning. To be able to turn it on right then and be ready to go to perform to help your team.
It's always big because, maybe one guy's not having the night of his game and you just need to switch things up. And at that point, I was the guy they called and I just had to execute the job.
Here in your senior year, how much fun are you having? Senior year, how much fun are you having?
A lot of fun, I'd say. I love hanging around the team and practicing and playing the games.
As a senior year continues on for you, you look ahead, and I say that as Mom looks up and kind of the senior year's coming to a close for you guys as senior class. Some of the memories. What's one of the biggest memories? So what's something you're going to take away from your experience at Georgetown playing baseball when the time comes to walk that stage and get your diploma?
I would definitely say when we won district last year undefeated. That was a great moment when Coach Vierra got his 100th win, too. Those were 2 big moments, I think, for our team last year. And I think that was –
and the feeding grounds for Texas A&M. Studying business, what's the future? What's the dream 5-10 years down the road for you?
I haven't really figured that one out yet, but hopefully in a year or 2 I'll get there. But
just start in that business realm and run with it?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we find you? Not in the baseball field, not at school. If you just want to go recharge, where do we find you?
Obviously, I'll be laying in bed. I'll be watching some kind of movie or playing the show on Xbox.
That answers that question. It's Xbox over PlayStation. Now, you said movies, so there's one of your questions. What's your favorite class in the ye're in your last semester? What is the hardest class you're taking? What's your favorite right now?
I'm not taking very many hard classes, but my favorite would be office aid. I just get to sit in there.
That's what I didn't say there. You couldn't say office aid, so that's fair enough. All right, 5 rapid-fire questions. Quick thinking. Favorite cereal?
Cocoa Pebbles.
Ooh, good choice.
Oh, yeah.
Texting or talking?
Talking. Hey, texting.
Nickname your parents used to call you or still call you?
Colty.
Colty.
Yeah.
Very nice. Favorite season of the year?
I'd say summer for sure.
Favorite movie?
Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest or Curse.
It's one I wouldn't have thought about. I don't watch that stuff. Favorite number and why?
I mean, I'd have to say number 9 because it is my number, and I think I've just had it for all my life, so it's kind of stuck to me.
It's Colton Crutchfield. Number 9, you're one of your seniors on this varsity team. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
I want to shout out my mom, my dad, and both my grandparents who always come to my games and support me.
Ma'am, put your hand down, ma'am. He's not shouting out. You look. It's Colton Crutchfield, one of your varsity players of the week here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. A quick timeout. We come back with Coach Vierra to wrap it up. We'll talk about the 16-mile Angels and the poker night, casino night, coming up on the 12th. Stay with us live from Camp Briteside. We'll be right back.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
We're back live here at Camp Briteside, wrapping up the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. But first, it's time to get your tickets. And thankfully, to Miss Deborah Lee Rogers for pointing out my mistake the other night. So kindly in the press box away from everybody. The casino night is not on the night of Lake Travis. It is on a home game against Round Rock, so you'll have plenty of time to shower before you head to Berry Creek. So we are
this you
grateful
keeping
for
up with schedules issue is like a reoccurring theme at this point.
This is what happens when you work too much. 16-mile Angels start their casino night. It's going to be the 12th of April. It is at Berry Creek from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Don't miss. There's going to be a surprise guest, a fun night together. Get your tickets early. Prices just went up, I believe, on April 1st. But go to the Facebook page, and there's a link on the Facebook page for the 16-mile Angels where you can get your tickets. Come join us. It is always a fun night at Casino Night with the 16-mile Angels, and so it'll be a great time. You'll have plenty of time after Georgetown takes on the Round Rock Dragons at 1 p.m. is on the schedule. I don't know if it's still 1 p.m. or not.
Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
It's on the 12th, and the game will be sometime before 5 p.m., so you'll have time to shower and get to Berry Creek for the casino night. So come be a part of it. A great opportunity to support the 16-mile Angels and what they do for Georgetown baseball. Speaking of Georgetown baseball, the winning streak is at 4, but more importantly, the winning percentage continues to grow for this team. Coming out of the tough non-district play in those tournaments, 11-7-1 now overall. How big is that, and how up is the morale right now that these teams seems to keep getting better, winning games when things are tough, when they don't play their best? But how much is that, I guess, with that kind of a mindset with these guys, how much more fun is going on in that on the practice field and in the dugout?
Our guys are getting after it every day. We've been trying to mix in a little bit more competition throughout practices and getting guys to compete a little bit more and have a little bit more fun. to the point where you got Jake Bachman yelling at people in the middle of practice today because he thought that he got a hit. And, it's the morale is really great. The guys are bouncing around the clubhouse and having fun and getting after with each other on a regular basis. And so, morale's in a great place. Our guys are enjoying what they're doing and continue to strive to get a little bit better every day.
Hendrickson comes in tomorrow night to Eagle Field. What do we expect out of them? We saw Malott go all 7 innings, so we didn't get to their bullpen. They have players like Haslam on the team, other arms. What do we expect to see out of Hendrickson tomorrow night?
They're gonna feel like they got a really good opportunity tomorrow, and they're gonna continue to compete. And they're definitely gonna give us their best foot. And it's one of those chances where we got an opportunity to continue to make a statement about who we are in the district and what we're trying to accomplish. So, we're going to get their best foot. They're going to give us everything they got because they feel like they're in the mix of it. And the way that their schedule kind of shakes out, they got a couple weeks coming up where they can kind of solidify whether they're in or out. So. It's getting to that point in the season where different guys are trying to do different things, and they're in a situation where they're trying to get in.
We look ahead. Next week will be the series against Weiss on the Tuesday and Friday, and then a Saturday game with Round Rock, and then we get a bye week out of district play. How big is that for kind of resetting and giving a look outside of district to continue to still play the 3 games to get those swings in? But is it important now to get that bye week in there and get a chance to reset, or is it looked at totally the same? We got to go out, play baseball, and do Georgetown things. Yeah,
we look at it as we got to go out and do the best we can. We were able to schedule Dripping Springs on that Tuesday, who's one of the top teams in 6A, and they've been on a tear. They're doing a great job, so we get to drive all the way there on a Tuesday because of superior scheduling. And so we're going to drive all the way out there on Tuesday to get after on Tuesday night. Then I believe we come back, and then it is a Thursday game against Cedar Ridge. Is that right?
Well, your scheduling is really throwing me off here.
Because that's Good Friday week. So we have, I believe it's Cedar Ridge on Thursday, and then we flip on Saturday and play
at Lake Travis. So in that 1 week of non-district play, you pick up 2.
It's a hell of a week of baseball
to
be able to get after it. So for us, it's that's another opportunity for us to go right in the middle of the fire, see exactly what we got against 2 of the top 6A teams in the state of Texas, according to the people that make the polls. It's going to be a really good time, and really looking forward to that week once we get past where we need to get to.
Tomorrow night, it's scheduled 7 p.m. at Eagle Field to take on the Hendrickson Hawks, and then flip it around. The Challenger games at 9 o'clock on Saturday, followed by the Lehman Lobos coming into Eagle Field at 11 o'clock on Saturday for an early tilt with the Lobos out of Hayes ISD. And so many opportunities to get out to watch your Georgetown Eagles play and to support these student athletes as they continue on in this season. Tomorrow, social medias will be the one to watch as you guys look to try to make a decision.
Yeah, so Sports U, social media, Twitter at EFND_baseball. Instagram, I believe, is the same thing. So those are 2 places. Or if you follow my Twitter, I'll have it out there as well. Or if you're a part of the Sports U, we'll try and get all of that information out as quickly as possible as soon as the decision is made. I would anticipate that if we do move up the time, we'll have that decision made before noon tomorrow, or as close to noon as we possibly can. So if you don't hear anything at all before noon or around noon, we will most likely not be moving things up. Can't promise that. And then we're just going to pray that the weather works itself out. So, and if we do have to push to Saturday, we'll push Saturday, try and get it in before noon. The district has said if we can't get it in before noon, then we got to bang it and push it to Monday if it's the district game, or if it's the Lehman game, then we'll just cancel it all in general.
Is that due to the 2-step in?
Yes.
Parking issue that we flipped last year and went over to Round Rock, or played at the Del Diamond against the Round Rock Dragons. I've got to throw it out there. Any of the ladies with the 16 Mile Angels want to come talk about Casino Night real quick? Deborah Lee Rogers, you ready? Or Miss Knuckles? Somebody? Anybody? I think it'd be a great opportunity. Jeff, you want to come talk about 16 Mile Angels?
Oh, there we go. We got a volunteer.
All right. We're going to have an opportunity to one, it's just great to get it out there.
This freaks me out.
It's all right. You'll do good.
My kid did it last week.
But now, you have to introduce yourself once you put the headset on. But
oh, gosh.
Look at that. Perfect.
Hi.
All right, you got to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rachel Marshall Howell, and I'm the vice president of 16 My Angels. My son is Jordon Howell. He's a senior, so it's my last year.
She seemed eager to say, this is my last year.
Last year.
That is it.
Last year.
So talk about casino night. It is always a big night, and it is a fun night to be a part of. It's coming up next. I'll turn your ear down so it's not as loud on you. Casino night coming up on the 12th. Talk about that and what people can any kind of information you can give them.
Absolutely. So it's our 5th annual casino night, and all of the proceeds benefit the Georgetown Eagle baseball team. We are outside of the booster club, so we're able to hold those monies, and then when the baseball team needs them, the booster club needs them, we're able to filter them to them. So we hold those funds for them exclusively. So
it's an opportunity to come out, have a good night. It'll be at Berry Creek Country Club this year, and an opportunity just to come out and hang out. It's set up, fun, and we're at sign. You read sign language.
Okay, so she wants us to say, it sounds like, so the new lights in the scoreboard this last year, 16 Mile Angels was actually able to provide the funds for us to re-illuminate the scoreboard. So that's one thing. And also the year that the boys won state, we were also able to contribute the entire funds that the district wouldn't pay for the boys' state rings. So we definitely, I think we've done some outfield grass one year, so we definitely contribute to the team.
I tell you what, I thank you for explaining that it did the lights on the scoreboard. I was wondering why we were able to see it during the games this year.
It's all 16
and
mile.
That is awesome. It is very much appreciated from the press box to be able to see because it has been something we've talked about and the quality in the district and can't spend the money from the district. And so that is it's good things like that continue to make this program the best out there. The facilities we have, the equipment that these kids have and get access to. And so it's all because of the efforts of the community to jump in and participate in the 16 Mile Angels. And casino night, 6 to 10.
6 to 10, April 12th. I have a list of everybody who has and hasn't bought tickets, so I'm going to come individually and find you all. Everybody needs to buy a ticket. Please buy a ticket.
I know. I still
Wally needs to buy a ticket.
I actually already talked to Ms. Knuckles about it and have that already lined up.
We have a list, and we will be coming to your homes. We have your addresses. We will come find you. We want everybody to come. It's going to be a fun time.
So come join us. It's on the 12th at Berry Creek Country Club from 6 to 10. It's casino night hosted by the 16 Mile Angels. More sign language.
Oh, and we do have a surprise guest. So that is the fun for the evening. We have a surprise guest, so everybody needs to come see who it is.
So come join us live on the 12th. We'll be out there at 6 p.m. for the 16 Mile Angel Casino night. And tomorrow night, 7 p.m. so far, we'll play the Hendrickson Hawks at Eagle Field. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. Next week, we'll get Deborah Lee Rogers up here to talk about it one more time, just because she doesn't want to be up here, so we'll get her up here. But thanks for joining us live here from Camp Briteside. Thank you to Camp Briteside and the staff for hosting the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each and every week. We will be back next week on Thursday night with another edition of the Georgetown Eagle Coaches Show. Thanks for joining us tonight. It doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.